And welcome to the next edition of Fifth Exit.
Bonus Turnpike.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey,
the world is a great place because you have bonus Turnpike now.
Hey, it could have been worse. We could have called this the rest stop, you know? But anyway, there was a whole bunch of stuff happening this week. Different news was being broken, was being released. A lot of deals, a lot of different choices for this exit. But I think we're going to hit the one that's dealing with the state of Connecticut.
I love what Connecticut is doing with sports betting.
Exit 5.
Okay, the Connecticut Lottery just did their press release or press conference announcing who their sports betting partner is. A lot of people were speculating on different entities because of how the state is set up under their sports betting law. As everyone knows, for Connecticut, there was going to be three main sports betting entities, or sports betting operators. We already had FanDuel and DraftKings do their deals with the respective Native American casinos, Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods. But everyone was waiting on Connecticut. They didn't know who was going to be the partner for the lottery to run online and retail sports betting throughout the state. Everyone thought maybe Sport Tech, which already had a deal with the lottery to do OTB, off-track betting, in the state. And they do factor into this.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I never was even thinking who their partner was going to be, who it actually turned out to be. I know you're building up to it, so I'm not going to.
No, go ahead. It was Rush Street Interactive.
It was Rush Street Interactive,
otherwise known as Bet Rivers and Play Sugar House, depending on what state you're in.
That didn't even come to mind. I was trying to figure, hey, is BetMGM going to get involved in Connecticut, or what's going to happen in Connecticut? Never thought of Rush Street Interactive, but it's a great company. Good for Rush Street Interactive and good for Connecticut Lottery.
Well, they actually had a banner day yesterday. Not only were they announced with the Connecticut Lottery, but they also announced an investment into Boom Entertainment, which puts them in market access in Louisiana and a whole bunch of other states, Mississippi, and it increased their range to get into different states. And also they're talking about Canada, too.
It's certainly a great week for Rush Street Interactive, so good for them.
The deal is 10 years with the Connecticut Lottery, and under this 10-year deal, Rush Street is going to be able to open up 15 retail sports books throughout the state.
Now, these are retail sports books. These are not online. And I don't know who said it. I can't remember where I heard it from or what was the source, but someone said that if you live in Connecticut, you will be no more than a half hour away from a sports book where you can place a bet.
That was actually the Connecticut Lottery.
The Connecticut Lottery actually said that?
They said that in the press conference.
That's what I love. Connecticut's going all in on sports betting. They're making it easy for people to get to a place to put a bet on sports, and I just love what them and Rush Street Interactive are doing.
Now, the thing that separates this deal between Rush and the Connecticut Lottery and the DraftKings and FanDuel deals with the casinos, Rush Street's got 15 retail throughout the state. Mm-hmm. DraftKings and FanDuel can only offer retail books in the casinos.
Okay.
So they're locked into one each.
Okay.
Rush Street gets 15. Now, here's where Sport Tech comes in. Sport Tech, the OTB company that already had a deal in the state, they have 10 locations that will be part of this 15 retail locations for sports betting under this Rush Street deal. So Sport Tech is already in the mix here. They've been running the OTB stuff in Connecticut for a while, so they're very familiar with each other, all the partners.
So these are going to be like OTB things. I mean, these are, if you ever go to an OTB for horse racing, it's going to be like that for sports betting now in Connecticut, right?
Remember how Parks did it?
Yeah.
With the South Side.
I'm just giving that example to everyone across the country who maybe
people in Pennsylvania are already familiar with it.
Yeah.
And also if you go to some of the racetracks here, you'll see sports books like in Freehold with the Parks sports book there. They're going to be having similar stuff like that.
I'm curious to I'm driving through Connecticut all the time, and I'm going to do an experiment. How many of these sports, can I call them sports betting parlors, or is that what they're calling them? Some people have called them sports betting parlors.
I'm going to stick with retail locations.
Retail locations. Because they're not in casinos. They're like freestanding places where you place a bet. But I'm very curious to see how many I drive through when I drive through Connecticut. When I'm going from New Jersey to Massachusetts, I'm going to actually make a count of how many I pass through.
It's going to be very curious because, traveling through Connecticut, we either do 84 or 95.
Yeah.
I wonder if 95 is going to have more of them.
A lot of cities are in that 95 corridor.
Because Bridgeport and Hartford are two big targets for the Connecticut Lottery. I know the lottery's still talking about the Hartford Center.
Yeah,
as a retail betting location. So this is actually a great deal for Rush Street Gaming. They actually, in their earnings call later in the day, made it clear that some of their states, especially New Jersey, is now profitable. They wouldn't say how many are all profitable, but they made a point of saying New Jersey's operations were profitable. And the Connecticut Lottery, actually in the press conference, referenced the New Jersey operation as being one of the key considerations to go with them. And also the New York retail book they operate.
Well, let me tell you something. I was just about to say Connecticut, in these different places where you'll be able to place a sports bet, you're going to get a lot of customers from New York. You're going to get a lot of customers from Massachusetts. So especially since New York at the moment does not have mobile, and I'm not sure what their mobile situation is given the situation with the governor now, but you're certainly going to get a lot of people from Massachusetts coming down.
Well, last note for the segment today, this puts a lot of pressure on Massachusetts now. They've got Rhode Island, Connecticut below them. They've got New Hampshire above them. They're going to lose a ton of money if they don't get their act together and get sports betting passed. I wonder if this is going to change a lot of the Senate's minds.
I hope so.
All right, that's it for this week's Fifth Exit. Hope you all have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.